Hi everyone, this is Diane. It is Sunday afternoon and I'm going to do a little more stamping on file folder. It's going to be different from what I did yesterday. I have not done any to see how I like what I have in mind, but we're going to do it together and hopefully I will like it well enough to put this video on my channel. But right here, what you see in front of you is what I finished up yesterday. So you saw me do some of these on camera and the rest I did off camera. So I'm just going to show them to you very quickly. This is one you saw, and these larger pieces will be pockets and tuck spots. And I think you saw that one, but you did not see, I think you saw that one, but you didn't see that one. So some of these stamps are vintage stamps, the second class and canceled, paid. I was just using some of my old stamps with the handles entered. So, and then I just added some of my Tim Holtz stamps. I love this one, insured, number, and then blank. And so that's a really fun one that I didn't even remember having. I did stamp a little bit on some of my sprayed pieces that I sprayed with my inks. So there's a cow and the floral, and those are both Tim Holtz stamps. So there's no vintage stamps on those. And I had these pieces of cardstock that I had stamped background stamps on, and I just stamped these two images on parchment paper and layered it on there. And then this one, completed, is my vintage stamp. It doesn't stamp completely like I wish it did, but it's vintage, so that's how it goes. And then I just did a bunch of little pieces that I can add to other. These are from my postal stamps, from the vintage post office stamps, and this is a new stamp, Tim Holtz. So I did some more of those insured stamps. Here's an interesting one. Durable Silk Mills, 2215 Quentin Road, Brooklyn, New York. So I stamped a few of those. And more of, I think all of the rest of them are from my postal stamps. 4th class, registered, parcel post, uncoded, coded, and Philadelphia, Crooked Creek, Pennsylvania, and for deposit only. So this probably wasn't from the post office. It's probably you stamp it on the back of a check. For deposit only, B'nai B'rith women. So that was just fun. I got all that done yesterday. So now what I want to do today is I got out my background stamps. I've got quite a stack of them. And so I want to stamp on a piece of my file folder. Oops, I didn't bring my file folder pieces over. I'm going to move the craft. I just want the file folders today. So I have scrap pieces and larger pieces because I'm going to be using background stamps, so I'm probably going to mostly just want the larger pieces for today. You can see I already did stamp some backgrounds on that from a previous session, must be. Okay, that'll do for now. And then I'm going to do something with the stamped background. So I might as well start with these two that I had already stamped previously. This one is a Crackle background stamp, and that one is a Pretty Lace. I thought this would be a good opportunity to use some of my digital cards that I have printed and my fussy cut flowers and some other things that I brought over in my binders. I need something small. These are my collage pieces, so I might pull some things out of here to add a little bit to some collages that I do. So this is more than a stamping session. This is stamping and then collaging. And then I might add some bits of lace to these, but I don't want to get everything all out right now. So I think that will be a separate session, maybe not even on camera, but maybe once I have a bunch of pieces stamped and collaged, then I would get out my laces and ribbons and add to the collage. I do like the way this is looking. And then if I add a little bit of lace to it, I think that would just finish it off nicely. Maybe even put an eyelet in the corner up here and hang some stuff off of it. I thought using the background stamps would allow me to use up some of the larger pieces and really reduce the stack of file folder pieces that I have. I like to use old file folders to make tags and cards and things, and then I have cut up pieces just hanging around waiting to be used. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that so I can ink around it. Glued that down first. If I wanted to do this really quickly, use up some of that stack, I could just cut it into pieces and stamp backgrounds and have the pieces cut to size and then just not do the collaging yet. Save that for when I'm actually, choosing them to put into a journal. But I wanted to show you some. I wanted to use some of what I have, the digital cards and fussy cuts and things. I'd like to use some of those also, but I think maybe off camera I'll just stamp a bunch of pieces like that and just set them aside, and then I'll have them ready to use to collage to match whatever journal I'm working on. So I'm going to call that done for now, but I'll probably add something to it. Like I said, an eyelet up here and maybe some lace. But for now, we're going to call it good. I'll add something to this card. That's pretty, and it looks like it's just the right size. I don't even know where these digitals came from. I think I will look for a little piece of lace to put behind this one. And I will look in my scrap lace. Maybe I'll use scraps for that too. Just depends on if I have something that would look good with it. Like something that shows up a little bit better. Maybe not lace, maybe something cool like that. I could just kind of pleat some of that up. I don't know what you call this stuff, but it's vintage. I think we'll do that. I'm gonna even let it hang off the edges. So with this, I think I will sew it. I'm not going to do it on this video, but I will sew those edges down and then sew around this card, and that will be a pocket. I could either put a word up here, or again, a brad or something decorative up there. But I like that card. I was just thinking, seeing this peeking out of the top there, this is an old bookmark that I have, and you can see how wrinkled up it is. But I didn't want to throw away the bookmark without making a copy because I love that image. So I want to use that, I think, and make a bookmark. And there's another long, narrow piece. So let's do something with them. Take a piece of my file folder, and I'll use the script behind her, my French script. I think I'll do that in brown. Yeah, it needed to be longer. Left kind of a gap there, didn't I? All right. I don't think I want to do a whole lot to this besides just glue this on or sew it on. I think 7 inches is going to be longer than what I want for most projects. So I'm going to trim a little off the top. See if I can make the tag 6 inches long, or 6.5. This is 6.5. Cut a little off the bottom too. I think I bought this bookmark at an art museum. And I haven't been to a lot of art museums, so I think it was when my husband and I were in New England, maybe. We went to Vermont and we visited an art museum in Massachusetts. So it might have come from there. And that was when our kids still lived at home, but they were teenagers. We could leave them alone while we went away. I told my husband I always wanted to go to a New England bed and breakfast. And since we live so close to New England, it was very doable. We went to Bennington, Vermont, and stayed at a lovely bed and breakfast. And then we took a couple of jaunts, visiting things like the art museum. That was wonderful. I got to see some Degas ballerina statues and Van Gogh art, Monet art. But I'm not sure if that's where... I know I bought some cards, art cards, postcards, or... yeah, they were either postcards or note cards that I kept for years, and now I'm putting them in journals. But I can't remember where this came from. I could add a little bit of lace to that if I wanted to. Yeah, I could add this along the edge. But it wants to twist and turn, so it'll be a bit fiddly, so I'm going to move on. But I will glue this on. I'll make the hole in it and have something dangling from that. And I think that will make a pretty little tag in a journal. Oh, I might as well glue it on there. I'll just put some glue along the edge and then lay the lace down in it. I think that would be the easiest thing. And just a little dot of glue where the lace wants to pop up. Again, I will add more to that later. I love this piece. Somebody gifted that to me and inked around the edges. Might have been Mardell. I'm not exactly sure. So I think that script would be a pretty background for that also. I can save this piece for some other use. And I think I'll just make a journal card out of this. Doesn't look quite straight. Let me see. Yeah, I guess it was. Yep, I guess. Sometimes if I look at the back, it shows me where the crooked side is, but it looks pretty good from the back. Maybe it's just the script that made it look like it was not quite straight. There's a blank corner on that stamp. So this is just a simple card. Not even going to round the corners because the corners of the image are square. I'm going to grab something else to add to this. I guess it goes like that. I have these little pieces of lace. I thought that would look cute on there. Oh, and maybe a little pink rosebud with it. Okay, there's that journal card. Okay, now I want to do something with a different background. I have this one that just looks like, I don't know, let's stamp it and see what it looks like. It's a big one. And I think I'll do this one in the green for something different. This is a Stampin' Up background. And I'm pretty sure I got this one from my Stampin' Up friend, demonstrator friend, who does the yard sale every year to get rid of excess stock. Her parents live on the very next street from me, and she does the garage sale right in their garage. So I just walk over there and see what she's got. Usually bring something home. So it's just like a speckled background. I see a journal card right in the front of my box. It might look good on this. I'm going to trim off the edges that didn't get stamped. I'm going to want to make this smaller anyway, I'm pretty sure. It's bigger than what I would use in most of my journals. Once in a while I do a bigger journal. I thought, this isn't a digital, came out of a book, but I thought he looked kind of cute. I have this scrap of digital. I don't think so. Oh dear, I've got more. Going through this, I see where I stamped a bunch of backgrounds on this brown craft paper. Look for something else. Looking in my ephemera binder for something to put down here. bunch of these little things stamped. This says specimen. And if I cut that smaller, I think that would be okay. Doesn't look straight to me. Because it's not. That's better. Sorry I'm not talking very much. I just don't have anything to talk about, really. Just wanted to play for a little while. Oh, I have to glue this down first. doilies, I have a hard time making them want to stick. Once the glue dries, they're fine. But while the glue is still wet, they want to just keep coming off. So I'm not going to trim that doily until the glue is really dry, but there's that one. Well, you know, you can barely see the stamping I did because I chose a card that was pretty big. But, oh well, it's okay. I love this one. This is a 2005 Stampin' Up. I'm going to use the purple with this. This is called Thistle, and it's a Wendy Vecchi archival ink. They look more clear on a white cardstock than they do on, especially copy dyed file folder like this one, but it looks more vintage like this. I think I like this one because it's got the purple. It's a different shade of purple from that, but I think I like that. And I'm going to look, what do I have in here that might be good here? Got the digital postage stamps. These labels that were digitals could be fun. Some of the digitals I stamped onto vintage book pages. But I wanted to look at my flowers. Fussy cut flowers. This one's actually a die cut to Tim Holtz. a little too tall, and I like the color of that one better. So I guess we'll go with that. And that. Here's another digital. This printed with lines through it. So I put it in with my collage stuff. If all else fails, get the numbers out. I think I want a dark number, a black one, if I can find one, because I think I need that to stand out. After this card, I'm going to have to stop the video. Maybe I'll do a few more off camera. But I feel like I have accomplished some scrappy crafting last weekend and this weekend. And I feel like I still have a ton of scraps. It's just the way it is. When I was organizing my scraps, the papers, I just felt like throwing away most of it, recycling most of it, and starting over, because I've had some of those scraps forever. I thought I would have a few sessions using various types of scraps Let's see if I can clean some up before I decide how much I want to really just get rid of. Just so I don't feel overwhelmed. And I don't think I have as many scraps as a lot of you do that I see, you know, doing videos, or a lot of the crafters. But it's just whatever your tolerance level is what you should do. Whatever you feel like you can maintain without feeling overwhelmed is the way you should go. So let's recap what we did today. Did I ink around this card? I don't think I did I? I don't know, maybe I did. So there is a pocket. And these are all made with file folders and scraps and images that I've had in my stash that I need to use. There's that one. And I may add more to some of these. I'll go right to my sewing machine and finish this one after I turn the camera off. And that. So we did quite a bit in our 50-minute video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon, and have a creative day today. Bye-bye.